And I'll ask you to come up, and if you would pass those little sheets of paper to the end of your aisle, and then I'll take a look at them later on in the talk, and work on those people who'd like to come up and be worked on. And I want to tell you, can everybody hear me back there in the back?
Yeah. Very good.
So I want to, and I've done a fair amount of study in different parts of the world to learn some ways of accessing the mind, and it's my supposition that there is but one mind, that we are all a part of that one mind. I've done a fair amount of study in different parts of the world to learn some ways of accessing the mind, and it's my supposition that there is but one mind, that we are all a part of that one mind, and that when we do things like with Angelica's music, for example, we bring our mind, which we think of as being separate and a part of this body, but in fact there may not even really be a body. It may just be that we're the projection of the mind. And if you didn't have the mind, you wouldn't know that you had the body. The idea behind this is that when we are aware that we're really truly connected as one, that it's not some kind of a New Age concept, that it's really the actual truth, that we are one thing. From that standpoint, when you facilitate healing work, then there is no space, so there's no remote healing. You're already there. As one of my teachers said, you're center everywhere and circumference nowhere. You're just everything all at once. And when you connect with the one that you're working with, that you're facilitating with, if you come with the idea that you are that person, then it's very easy to access what the essential thing is that may be blocking them from doing and being everything that they want to be, or from eliminating a symptom that they have that they don't want to have anymore. And it truly is amazing how many of us have symptoms that we don't want to let go of. Usually those reasons for not wanting to let go are unconscious to us. 95% of what we do and think and act out in our life is unconscious. The conscious part of ourselves makes up about 5%. The superconscious part of ourself is everything we know in eternity. And there are ways to access everything we know for our whole eternity. Refer to that as intuition, and it is. And it's also much more than intuition. It's all of our past, all of our future, all of our parallel, talking about lives. So I talk a lot about lifehood because the concept is that we are everything at once in the present moment. And when we hold that and act from that position, then it's much easier to assist others in whatever is their issue or whatever it is that's bothering them. And to get to the bottom of something that is a symptom, there may be actually hundreds of thousands of influences that are continuously flowing into and out of your physical capacity. All of those influences flow in a stream up the central nervous system. And they affect in the most minute ways. So you may have an influence from something that we would call a past existence. Let's say it's a trauma. Well, that trauma is one of the tributaries to the central core of your being. And that central core can feel and be felt by anyone that's in your proximity or anyone who tunes into you. Now, you can tune into someone who's in China or someone who's in a different part of the world just by bringing yourself, actually, into the one mind that is a part of that being. And it's actually very simple. You just think of the person. Bring them into your presence as if they were right here, or you were right there, because they're not actually anywhere else. If they're in your consciousness, they're in your consciousness. And so they don't exist anywhere else. They exist right with you. So you don't have to send healing anywhere. Healing is present within everyone.